I have sound in game because I get that bubble
Yeah, me
in the
too
room.
now. So then that should be fine. Then we should be able to
Yeah,
hear
don't
everyone
know
fine.
anything about the volume, but I'm sure it's fine.
Yeah. If it's not, then screw the people who are watching in game and stuff. That's
Okay,
nice,
go
right?
watch the stream instead. We're not complete idiots there.
Here
All
we go.
right,
We're into the draft. And Radiant
Team
team starts
Amazing
with
getting
banning.
yes.
And
What will they ban?
we did see Team Amazing lose the last game, but I still think they put up a pretty good fight.
Yeah, and they banned the Furion. I think they started with Furion last game as well, and they banned the Elder Titan.
So Magic Socket hears the rumors about the ET and decides to ban him out instantly.
Yeah, yeah, I understand him though. Elder Titan is not nice to go up against.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, really painful.
We've seen
That's
two good
that's
games with Elder Titan in, so I think that's a good ban.
yeah, and a
Clockwork being banned out
Clockwork
of
ban.
Amazing.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
And a Weaver ban. All these four heroes can be played in the offlane.
It's been kind of a common thing when it comes to the bans for us. We've seen a lot of offlane bans.
Yeah, indeed. And yeah, and all the heroes banned right now are very popular bans in
Yeah.
6.79. So there's nothing surprising at all, really. Naga, also a very normal pickup, one of the strongest supports right now.
Yeah.
And Visage.
Oh,
Now
Visage, that's
this,
gonna be fun.
yes, Visage also being one of the best supports, but he's fairly rarely picked up
Yeah. And now we
because
finally
he's
get to see a
pretty difficult to
Darkseer.
play actually. And
Yeah,
Darkseer is actually picked
I mean, with the
well.
mic ring for the Visage ulti, it takes some learning definitely.
Yeah, yeah, it takes some micro skills. So yeah, and dogs are being picked. And timbers are being. I think Team Amazing is just going to ban out offlaners all day.
Yeah,
No
it
one gets
seems
an
like
offlaner.
they want a good Darkseer. They want to set up an easy safe lane for their farmer, and then we have the OD ban, classic ban.
Yeah,
We're
no one
seeing,
wants to. No one wants to play mid against OD.
yeah. What's surprising to me that in half of our games, Jakiro has been banned.
Yeah, Yakiro actually being banned a lot. He is a good hero, but
Yeah,
by no means is he that popular.
yeah. I mean, we've seen him either picked up or banned in almost all of our games, which is only
Yeah,
like 3 out of 4, but still.
yeah.
But
I don't really.
it's you see the pattern. Now we get a second Crystal Maiden pickup, and I really like Crystal Maiden. She's a safe
Yes.
uh, support. I really like Crystal Maiden. She has very good abilities, in my opinion.
Yeah, indeed. The problem with her is that she's really, really slow,
Hmm.
but it still works out. And a lone druid comes out. Now, this lineup so far just screams aggressive tri lane to me.
Yeah,
Putting the lone druid solo safe lane and going the aggressive tri lane with Visage Crystal Maiden and another something like a life stealer maybe.
yeah.
It's actually really, really strong.
That's definitely a possibility. With only the Visage and Crystal Maiden, I was definitely thinking that we were gonna see a tri lane, most likely,
Yeah.
because none
And
of those heroes
Visage,
are really good
yeah,
at the offlane.
Visage is pretty much the best tri lane hero with his slow and his really hard nuke.
Yeah,
And Crystal Maiden as well with all the lockdown.
I
Really,
think
really good
yeah,
tri-lane.
that has to be so annoying.
Yeah, you don't really want to go up against that. And looking at Team Amazing, Darkseer is a hero that you do not do not dual lane. So
I
most
agree.
likely we will see a tri-lane from Team Amazing as well instead of dual lanes.
Yeah, I think that's the biggest probability, definitely.
Yeah, Lone Druid could of course be played uh, off lane as well, but it's dangerous since his bear gives a 300 gold and experience bounty.
Yeah, we do see a puck being picked up by Team Amazing, so that's most likely their mid hero.
Yes, the Sora puck. Pretty
Yes,
much. Yeah, that's pretty safe bet to say.
I think
And
so
we'll see.
too.
I would, if they're going to try lane, I would have suggested a lifestealer, but they go for the Dragon Knight,
Dragon Knight
which can be
seems
played mid and can be played Well, I wouldn't put him in an aggressive tri lane really.
I agree. I
So I
don't
would
think
assume
he's.
that's a mid Dragonite.
Yeah, I don't think Dragonite has the capabilities to be really that good in an aggressive tri lane. He's a fairly low mana hero. Even though they have a Crystal Maiden, it takes some time for him to actually regen that mana. It's not like he's gonna have a coddle so he can spam the Dragon Breath.
Yeah. I would assume him. I don't really like putting him as a safe lane farmer either, so I would assume mid Dragonite against the puck.
Yeah, I think that's not a bad bet at all. Dragonite could Puck has fairly low damage, and Dragonite can just negate that if he's going for more of a Dragon Blood build.
Yeah, just being fairly very tanky in general.
Yeah.
Now there will be a carry and another support coming out from Team Amazing.
Most
Looking
likely.
at the lineup, go on, go on.
No, just most likely that they're gonna pick up a carry.
Yeah. Personally, I prefer saving the carry for last. However, that is also dangerous in the way that their carry might be banned.
Yeah.
Uh, Looking at the banned out heroes right now, I would say probably Alchemist or maybe Lifestealer being picked up as carry for these teams. But we might also see something like an Anti-Mage.
Yeah. That's not unlikely at all, I think. And we do see a Rubik, so as you said, they're gonna pick up their carry last, but it's a risky move, and we see Lifestealer being banned out by Magic Socket.
Yeah.
We'll see.
I actually would have preferred to see them picking up the Lifestealer and going for that aggressive trial, and I think it would have been actually really effective. Especially now with the XP changes as well. So the aggressive tri lane pretty much can negate the pulling from the defensive tri lane pretty nicely.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
So we'll see what Team Amazing bans, what they actually predict Magic Socket to pick up, and they ban a
Mirana.
Mirana.
So they might.
That's actually good.
Yeah,
I
I think
like
so
that
too.
ban. Mirana are really strong in aggressive tri lanes actually, so it's a good ban. So we'll see what carry, if carry, they might have Dragonite carry, but I would assume they pick another carry now as their last pick.
Yeah, it's definitely a possibility. We'll see if, as you say, if they run Dragon Knight middle lane, they really wanna. I'm not really Visage and Crystal Maiden. I think it's better to go Dragon Knight in the middle lane. They can't really
Yeah.
utilize Crystal Maiden and Visage with a Dragon Knight, I think.
Yeah, pretty much. So we'll just have to see. The Rubik being nice, of course, looking at the especially the support spells
Yeah,
is really good for Rubik.
I agree.
And like getting the birds, they hurt a lot, those birds from
Yeah,
Visage.
I mean, if he manages, usually we see that the Visage will be a bit more defensive when he pops the summons the new ones. And there we go. It's a Luna as the
Seluna.
hard carry. But I was saying, Visages usually is a bit more defensive when they're resummoning the birds. But if Ruby can actually steal that, that would be good.
And a
Spectre,
Spectre.
that's a real
Now,
hard carry.
yeah, that's a hard carry, but so is Luna.
Yeah,
They are both really hard carries. However, looking into the late game, I would favor Magic Socket with the Lone Druid Dragonite Luna as the Tricore.
that's huge pushing
However,
power.
Darkseer against a really farm Tricore can be extremely strong.
Yeah. I mean, as we said in the earlier games as well, when he was banned out, that ultimate, if it's used properly, it can really turn around a team fight.
Yeah, indeed.
So
Uh,
let's present our teams. I think.
yes.
On Team Amaze, we have Fate Weaver playing the Darkseer, we have Yugi playing the Naga Siren, we have S-Starks playing the Rubik, we have Old Sport playing Spectre, and Sora playing the Puck.
On the Dire team, we have Lesula playing the Crystal Maiden. We have Echo on the Visage. On Luna, we have Sotali. On Dragonite, Mr. Lee. And last, on the Lone Druid, we have Dragonite.
That's ironic.
Yeah, that's a bit strange.
Yeah.
They're actually, and the Dire team is going through the jungle, seeing if anyone wants to push her. So So far, it's kind of difficult to predict their lanes, but the Radiant team is laning pretty much as we expected. The Darks are going off lane and the tri lane and puck mid.
Yeah, that seems like the best choice for them. And we do also see that they're putting up a pretty offensive ward on the top lane. That is, the Dire team are putting up the offensive ward, so that's interesting. Perhaps they want to try to catch out the Darkseer.
Yeah, it's definitely possible. If the maiden gets out her frostbite pretty much exactly when the Darkseer uses Surge, he's pretty much dead. However, the Darkseer actually did not go for Surge as his first spell, which is pretty dangerous thing to do.
I agree. And also a nice catch there from Crystal Maiden and Visage, who have been playing really support now. They bought a Sentry Ward and they instantly countered that Darkseer ward. So not too good by Darkseer. He probably should have waited with putting out that ward.
Yeah, and we actually see the Lone Druid actually being sent to the jungle. Uh, Lone Druid jungling is not really as effective as Lone Druid laning. However, Luna, not the best aggressive tri-lane hero, so I would say that this is a fairly good choice, as sending him against a tri-lane is very dangerous for him.
Yeah, I agree with that. They will be leaving Spectre alone, but I don't think it depends. But I don't see many really game-changing Spectres. But we'll see about that.
Yeah, Spectre is one of the heroes that is fairly useless at the start. She needs a lot of farm, but if she gets a lot of farm, then she's extremely dangerous. Looking in the mid lane though, this is a lane that should be favored for Puck, and that's really how it looks right now. Mr. Lee is taking a lot of harassment from Puck.
Yeah,
He really needs to get up those levels in Dragon Blood.
yeah. I think that's the right call from Puck in trying to harass down the Dragon Knight a bit more early on when the Dragon's Blood isn't as potent as it will be.
Yeah,
And Dragon Knight actually going only one level in Dragon Blood so far and prioritizing Breathe Fire, which I'm not sure I agree with right now.
the thing about this is that Breathe Fire in rank 1 just does 90 damage, and that's just not enough to be able to properly last hit with it.
I agree.
But at the same time, it takes so much harass, and now we even see the Naga rotating in to just push him back a bit, not letting him take any last hits.
Yeah,
So he's having a really hard time in this lane.
yeah. They most likely realized that there were not gonna be a laner on the bottom lane, and so they've rotated into mid lane. Now we see a bit of harassment on the Darkseer. He gets very low with that Frostbite catching him out on the Surge, and Crystal Maiden will pick up the first blood on Darkseer. And Frostbite
Yeah,
is such a good counter to the Surge.
yeah. Looking at the last hit, we actually see Dragon Knight surpassing Puck, because Puck has been trying to harass more than he's been trying to last hit. But with the bottle now out on both heroes, I think that Dragon Knight is gonna have a bit of a better time. But it depends a lot on rune control here.
I think so too. And as we saw early on, the Darkseer's ward were countered, so right now Team Amazing has no wards out, so they'll have to do something to get that rune control. And once again we see the Darkseer being picked off, this time by the Luna. So I think once again, just a bit of too much damage. Even though he has the Surge, it's just not enough to get away.
No, against a tri-lane with both a stun, pretty much a stun, not really a stun, but Frostbite is close to a stun. That together with double slow, as well as the harass from the Lucent Beam, he just can't play aggressive at all in this lane. And we even see the Naga rotating top, which I'm not really sure about.
Yeah, I don't think that's the right call. I'm not sure she's going to be able to do much against that.
No, she won't be able to do anything, because if just like the Darkseer, if she goes too far forward, then she will be picked off. But at the same time, looking at the Radiant safe lane, they're not actually pulling, which they should be.
I think I saw Ruby pulling before a bit, but I'm not sure if they've how much they've been keeping up with that.
Yeah, he might have, but he should be keeping this easy camp constantly stacked.
I agree. That seems like it's most definitely the way to go for them. Now we see Darkseer actually popping his Iron Shell and trying to disturb that Lone Druid in the woods, and he's going to be able to get a bear pickoff perhaps if he pops the Surge. Yes, he does, and he's chasing after the bear, and that's going to be a kill on the bear, but he might have to pay for it with his own life. With Crystal Maiden rotating in and a bit of damage coming out from the Lone Druid, there comes the Crystal Nova, but it misses, and we see the Dragonite rotating in. Dragonite will be able to finish him off with that Breathe Fire.
Yeah, a bit of a mistake. I think if he actually went to the side instead of straight down, I think he would have survived that.
Yeah, most likely.
Not sure though. But it is a really nice pickup getting the bear. 300 gold and 300 XP. He's now halfway to level 5 and he has his Soul Ring finished.
Yeah,
so
I
he
think
should
that
be
was
able to
necessary
stay.
for him.
He should be able to stay in the offlane much easier now.
Yeah.
Looking at Lone Druid, he's going for the Midas first, which is not surprising at all. And he's getting fairly close, needing about 400 more. So
Yeah.
he's doing a good job with his farming. At the same time, the Naga has rotated mid once again, together with the Rubik actually, putting pressure on the Dragonite. But he's doing alright. He's keeping up with the puck on last hits. So
Yeah. Meanwhile, we
and
have
they
a
actually
huge
rotated top.
lead for Spectre in the last time department, though. Luna not even close right now.
Yeah, that's actually a bit surprising. Granted, Luna does have fairly short range on her attacks, which can make her force her to take some damage from the Iron Shell. But even though she shouldn't have any real problems last hitting at all.
Yeah, I agree. And now we see that the Lone Druid has rotated down together with the Crystal Maiden to disrupt the Spectre's farm some, which I think might be the right call now that Spectre has been alone for a while. They know that if Spectre gets some items up quickly, he can be a bit more of a presence with his Haunt and really be a nuisance. Now we see the Visage.
Yeah.
He's going to be caught out. He's going to be netted. We see the Rubik also rotating in. Will he be able to get the telekinesis off? Yes, he will. Here comes the Fade Bolt and a puck rotating in with that double damage. And that last hit from Rubik is going to get them a kill. Here comes the ulti from the puck and an ulti from the Dragonite. But Crystal Maiden is going to go down at Rubik with Naga Siren, with very low health. But he's not going to be able to finish him off with that Dragon's Breath. No, Naga Siren escapes with 2 health. Very close call, but a very good pickoff for Team Amazing. They really needed that to get the momentum back and really try to be a bigger presence. Really nicely done from Rubik, Naga Siren, and the puck.
Yeah, that double damage rune did work. A bit of a mistake from the Dragonite. He should have been able to kill the Naga, but he actually attacked the wrong target at first. The Lone Druid actually finishes his Midas, and he should be able to play fairly safely in the bottom lane. Spectre did actually use his ult in that fight to help get the Dragonite down. So he did lose a little. Yeah, he did lose a little time on that, but at the same time he's doing really well in last hits. But at the same time, Lone Druid shouldn't have any troubles down here unless the supports rotate back, which I don't think they will.
Now we see some danger for the Crystal Maiden, who gets very low on health, but instead Darkseer is going to be picked off by the Luna. I think it was a bit of a risky move for him to move in that deep, even though the Crystal Maiden were pretty low, but I think he should have played a bit safer game there, Darkseer.
Yeah, they should have waited for the Naga, at least. She was rotating in as well. And the puck actually got another rune, an illusion rune. So he's now at full health and almost full mana, and he wants to gank.
Yes, I don't know if there we go. We're gonna see a Crystal Maiden being picked off. That's an ultimate from Puck. That's ultimate, and that's a silence to finish him off. Visage now trying to go on the Puck, but they can't really catch him out. And Luna getting ensnared, so he can't really move in towards them either. So nice pick off there from Puck, who spotted out the Crystal Maiden.
Yeah. And actually the Spectre goes for a Hand of Midas. That's very unusual. I don't think I've ever seen a Spectre with a Hand of Midas, actually.
And after Power Treads as well. I mean, he had really good farm in the early game, granted, but it's really unusual to see it. I mean, usually they pick it up at around, as you said before, you want to pick it up at around 5-6 minutes if it's a carry Midas.
Yeah. Looking at Luna, she just skips it. She goes straight for the Bracer into the drums. And that's a good choice for the Luna. She needs the HP and the speed.
Yeah, I think so too. And here we go, it's a
Uh,
bit of a scramble in the middle. Crystal Maiden is going to catch out the Darkseer with a Crystal Nova. He surges, but here gets Frostbreathen and stunned at the same time, so he's in a very dangerous position. And I think we're going to see, no, that's a last hit from the Dragon Knight, a pure last hit. So nicely done from them to pick off the Darkseer. A bit of a dangerous play for Darkseer to run up the stairs without having any vision whatsoever.
yeah, this doctor is playing very aggressive. He doesn't even need to play this aggressive. He could just stay in his lane,
Yeah.
annoying the Luna and getting farm. As a Darkseid, you'd want a fairly fast mech, and there's an engagement in the middle. Rubik will go down. Puck is actually fairly low as well, but he orbs out, and he should be fine.
We did also see that the Puck hit the ultimate on the Visage, but not on the Dragon Knight, so a bit of a miss from Puck there on the ultimate, but I don't think it would have made much of a difference.
No, not really. So there is nice rotation from the supports, and we're having some good battles, but oh, look at that. Puck actually does not get a room because he gets stunned on his way, and he actually gets killed by the Fire Breath. No, not even the Fire Breath. Just the attack from the Dragon Knight.
Oh. That's a rough call for him.
Yeah. And at the same time, we see Visage dewarding as well.
The Magic Socket supports are really doing a good job of dewarding and giving the... There should be a tougher time for Puck to have the rune control, but I think he's done a fairly good job without the true rune wards as well.
Yeah, that's true. He's been doing really well, and the drums are finished on Luna. Lone Druid got boots on himself and got tranquils on himself, and he's on his way to face boots on his bear, I would assume. Looking at the farm in the mid lane, they both have treads, but not really anything more. I would assume the Dragon Knight goes for the Shadow Blade. But we'll have to see. It did get nerfed in the patch. And we have an engagement bot.
Now we see that the Rubik actually was surged in towards the Crystal Maiden, and the Crystal Maiden almost picking off a low health Darkseer with her ultimate. And Rubik has actually gone for a Urn of Shadows before his boot, so he has no boots and is very slow right now.
That's actually
yeah,
that's
it's
pretty
a strange.
He can afford his boots now. That build is something we used to see on Wisps, going for the quick earn since they had the tether move speed anyway.
Yeah.
But on Rubik, I've not seen it before. That's interesting.
Yeah, I think so too. It was
Visage
a nice
finishing
pick-off,
arcane boots now as well.
Yeah, I think it was a nice pick-off by Team Amazing, but they didn't see that Crystal Maiden was actually putting out a ward, so no dewarding coming out as of yet on the bottom lane.
Indeed. Spectre, I wonder what Spectre is actually gonna go for. If he actually wants to rush the Radiance after the Midas or Diffusal. Both of them are fairly common builds.
I think so too. Those are the two standard builds, so we'll see what he decides to go.
And the Shadow Amulet has been picked up by the Dragon Knight, so he will be indeed be going for the Shadow Blade. Still a good item regardless of the nerf.
Yeah, I think so too. I think it was a good nerf also, since before I think it was a wee bit too powerful.
Yeah, sure. And where did the Spectre actually go? His Spectre is rotating mid, which is kind of strange to me. Granted, there are 3 heroes from the Dire that has gone to the bot lane, but he actually went to the jungle to farm. They should be defending this bottom. They have seen all the 3 heroes, so they should be rotating bot to defend.
Yeah.
Or they just give it away.
Now I do think that they have spotted the heroes, the amazing heroes, and so Magical Socket has decided to push the bottom lane in the meantime, which I think is the right call.
Yeah, actually a very, very good call from the Dire, getting the tower as they see that 4 Radiant heroes are in the Dire jungle, and only the Puck has a TP, so they will not be able to defend. And at the same time, Dragon Knight pushes mid, and he's now level 11, so he has the rank 2 Dragon form.
Yeah, no, he's I really like the pushing power from Magic Socket. It's not only their heroes, they have really strong pushing with Luna, Dragon Knight, and Lone Druid, but also Visage. His minions can really make a difference when pushing.
Yeah, indeed. those birds do a lot of damage, and we have. Will they engage here?
They're they're thinking about a balloon, but here we go. There's a TP in, and I don't think this is the right time to go for it since we have a TP in from the Dragonite. They might think that he cancelled it since he popped the Shadow Blade, and they won't spot him out. But here comes the initiation from Dragonite as well. Luna might go down. There goes the Crystal Maiden, who just pops his ulti and manages to get the Darkseer. And there goes the Rubik as well. We have a rotation in from the Spectre, who's now going to fall to the Visage, and now they're chasing the poor little Naga Siren, who does not have her ultimate, but neither does Dragonite. Dragonite has his ultimate in 5 seconds. There comes the... I'm not sure about that mirror image, didn't really do much, but Puck jumps in, and he's gonna die. That was not a good engagement from Puck. He got stunned down and just couldn't do much else but die.
Yeah, nice Visage stun on the burst there from Echo.
Yeah.
I'm uncertain about that fight in general, because I did lag a little bit. But the Spectre seemed to come in with low HP from the start.
I think so. I think Spectre was in the jungle, and since he has not picked up a Vanguard or something, he's not extremely proficient at the jungle. And now we see that Magic Socket is going to take a tier 1 tower on top of that.
Yeah, and while the fight was going on, the Lone Druid actually managed to take out the tier 2, and actually even started damaging the tier 3 on the bot lane. So that was a fight that MGS won even without the Lone Druid.
I agree.
And he's getting good farm now. He has that 2.2k with Face Boots finished on his beer as well.
Yeah, Magic Socket is almost 10k gold ahead, and around, if I didn't see wrong, yeah, around 7.5k experience ahead. So they're ahead by a big number. Now though, the Lone Druid getting picked out a bit, but he damages down the Puck a whole lot. His bear might fall and he might fall, we're not sure. The bear going very low on health, and so is the Lone Druid, but here comes the backup and they pick off the Darkseer. The Naga still trying to find the bear, but he can't do it, and the bear escapes with 100 HP.
Oh, he ran back.
And there we go. He ran back, and the Puck manages to catch him out. And Puck actually really nice job with the phase shift before he finally gets picked off.
Rubik has stolen the dragon form, and he is on the run from the Visage. But the Dragonite comes. He doesn't have Shadow Blade quite yet, but when he does, he will most likely be able to get a stun out.
And there comes the stun. He gets spotted out by the minions, and that's an easy stun and kill for Dragonite. So once again, MGS coming out on top.
Yeah, the Spectre managed to run into the trees and TP out. However, these fights are really good for MGS, and just looking at how they tried to take down the Lone Druid, but they just couldn't get him down because he's incredibly tanky. He's level 11. He doesn't actually have the level 2 true form, which is strange to me. But he's still extremely tanky, and his bear does so much damage. They just can't really deal with that. They spent so much in getting him down, and if it weren't for a mistake of him actually running back instead of just sending his bear, he wouldn't even have died.
Yeah, and also he does have that magic stick, so when they're chasing him, you have really spell-dependent heroes when they chase, like Puck and stuff, so he's going to be able to get a couple of charges up when he's being chased as well, so...
Yeah. The Crystal Maiden actually just finished her 4-staff, so it is an 18-minute 4-staff for the support Crystal Maiden. And
we
at
also
the same
have a
time,
mechanism on Visage.
Yeah, and at the same time, Puck just finished his Blink Dagger. And that's a really late blink for a Puck.
Yeah, and now we do see that the Darkseer is getting picked off. That's another nice minion stun by the Visage, and I think this is going to be it. Yes, the Visage picks off the Darkseer. Nice initiation by the Crystal Maiden with a follow-up stun by the Visage. The Spectral Dagger from Spectre didn't really help, and Spectre just backs off. Now we see them rotating into the middle lane, and that's a Shadowblade Dragonite who's coming in, but that's a Naga Siren ulti. Are they going to initiate? No, I don't think they are. 4 people from Team MGS has rotated in, and there comes the Shadowblade, and he's very quick now that he has Shadowblade and Dragon Form, but they decide, no, we're not going to chase. They're backing off a bit instead.
That was actually a great silence from the Puck there, but he's being engaged upon again, and he actually falls! He didn't TP to the orb in time. That's a big mistake from the Puck.
Yes, I definitely agree. I missed most of that fight, but from the looks of it, it looks like, yeah, Dragonite solo killed him.
Yeah, he tried to TP out, but got stunned, fire breathed, and just punched down. He managed to get out an orb but he actually, after getting out of the phase shift, he actually got punched once by the Dragonite before he could TP to his orb. So we see actually a Roche coming out from the Dire, which I think is a really good choice. The puck is down, and they're actually on the completely wrong side of the map, so it's basically a free Roche for the Dire, which is really good.
Yeah, I think it's the right call, definitely.
And the Lone Druid, 3.3k gold now. He's getting close to his Radiance. Looking at as his farm is right now, I would say around 25-minute Radiance. Maybe, probably even earlier than that.
Yeah, I
So
think so too.
He's doing well.
He's doing really well. I mean, if you look at the net worth, you have Dragon Knight, Lone Druid, and Luna in the top. So
yeah,
Spectre is not too far behind from the Luna, but still, that's the 3 core heroes for Team MGS in the top. And we see that both Rubik and Puck go down, and there comes the ultimate from Luna picking off the Darkseer. Another devastating fight for Team Amazing.
yeah.
And they're chasing after this Naga Siren. That speed from Dragon Knight is so dangerous. Naga Siren is gonna be caught up. There comes the stun. Here comes the Eclipse, and Luna picks her off with her damage.
Yeah, the tier 2 tower is definitely going down. Looking at the Spectre did finish the Fusel Blade, but at this point, it's a really late Diffusal Blade, especially after going Midas. And Spectre did use the Haunt, he used ultimate for that team fight, but they didn't actually teleport to any of the illusions, so he had no impact at all.
Yeah. Now see also the Dragon Knight getting that regen rune, so he's gonna be full up on health and mana. Now we see a TP in from the Spectre to the top lane. Is he gonna cancel it? No, he doesn't. He gets stunned, he gets frostbite, he gets killed by the Crystal Maiden. That's a bad teleport from Spectre.
Yeah, and the Lone Druid actually finishes his Radiance at about 22 minutes, getting the 2 tower kills.
That's a very quick Radiance.
That fight before wasn't even Lone Druid wasn't in it. There was a 4 versus 4 since the Spectre wasn't in it either, and it was pretty much a stomp.
Yeah, and we see that they're getting further ahead, with net worth now on Dragon Knight is above 11k, and we're getting closer to 10k on both the Lone Druid and the Luna. So it's looking really rough for Team Amazing, who's now they're almost 20k experience behind, and almost 17.5k gold behind.
Yeah, the Darkseer does finish his mech, which is really, really important in the fights. But looking at the supports, the Naga can't even finish Treads, and neither can the Rubik. They're really poor.
Yeah.
While the supports on the other team, Crystal Maiden has Tranquils and a 4-staff, Visage has Arcane Boots and a mech, and as well as a Medallion now. And there we go. Radiance is on the Lone Druid.
That's a very quick Radiance. We do see a mech on the Darkseer, but that's about what the team has right now.
Yeah, and all the outer towers are down for the Radiant, while all the towers are up for the Dire team.
Yeah.
The Radiant seems to be trying to push mid now, taking that tower, which they will be able to do. We might even see a deny with the Visage Birds.
And he's gonna try it. Oh, no, it's very close.
Really
but that's
close.
A nice. It's a good job though for Team Amazing. They really need that to be able to perhaps push the MGS team back a bit, but I think it might be too little too late.
Indeed. And looking at the Dragon Knight, he finished BKB and he got a Hyperstone. The Luna finished BKB and got a Helm of the Dominator. And Lone Druid, as we said, finished Radiance. So MGS are just getting further ahead, and a team fight right now, there's almost no way for Amaze to actually win a team fight.
Yeah, they need a lot of pickoffs to be able to come back from this.
Yeah, indeed. Granted, a Wall of Replica can do a lot of damage, but I don't actually think it's enough.
Yeah. We also see the Dragon Knight rotating in. He had an Invis rune, he picked off the Rubik, hit him, and just bashed him down. And now he pops his level 3 ultimate, so perhaps he wanted to be trying to get that Puck, but Puck manages to escape.
Yeah. Yeah, the Dragon Form doesn't really have that much of a cooldown, honestly, so it's not a problem to pop it.
Yeah, I agree as well.
And it seems like they're going to push the Lone Druid. keeps pushing in the bot lane while the rest of the team push mid, and it's just really difficult for Mace to handle it.
Yeah. They could essentially let the four people in mid keep pushing there and have the lone druid just bash down the tower there. Do you see the wall come up together with the Naga ultimate? But here it drops, and Darktree is gonna get down. He gets caught in the stun. Rubik as well, and there we see that's an ultra kill for Mr. Lee on the Dragon Knight. That splash damage, it just does too much. He has an hyperstone up. It just goes too quickly.
Yeah. That was just a horrible fight for Mace. Even though they got up the wall, I wasn't really following the fight too well because once again my internet is being bitchy. But they didn't really combo the Naga ult with the wall very well, did they?
No, the wall came up, the Naga Siren ulti came up, but Darkseer had no mana for his vacuum, so they couldn't really coordinate it properly. We also see Spectre going down to Crystal Maiden and Lone Druid on the top lane, and now they're going for the last tier 3 tower. I think this is gonna be it for Team Amazing. I don't think they can really do much about that. The tower goes down to the Dragon Knight. A bear has been stolen by Rubik, but he sent it in so it dies, so that's a 300 gold pickup for the Visage, actually.
Yeah. In general, they were just the problem for Team Amaze was that basically all three cores on MGS just got too much freedom. They were not pressured enough, and at the same time, the Darkseer got picked off way too much, and the same with the Puck, really.
I agree. Now we do see the Luna popping her ulti close to the fountain. She's pretty low on health, but now MGS are just playing. They're just trying to get pickoffs. That's a nice ulti by the Darkseer, but it doesn't really do too much. It kills out the Visage, and Luna goes down, but Lone Druid just says, I don't really care, I just want to finish this. We have the Mega Creeps, I'm just going to go for the tower. And he bashes down the Darkseer, who doesn't even really care anymore either.
Yeah. So they're trying to do something against the Lone Druid, but they just die.
Yeah. Lone Druid now swapping up, but here comes the teleporting from Spectre, and Spectre's gonna get the Lone Druid. Lone Druid buys back into the game. He says, I don't really care, and there comes the GG out from Team Amaze.
And the winners are Team MGS.
Yes, MGS wins this game, and yeah, it was pretty funny, and it seemed to be a bit more even in the beginning, but things turned sour quickly for Team Amaze, unfortunately.
Yeah. Their Darkseer was picked off a lot.
Yeah.
And they just gave, especially Lone Druid and Dragon Knight, got too much freedom and got a lot of farm.
Agreed. And now we see we're gonna actually take a short break now until around about a half an hour, and then we'll... No, wait, it's about 55 minutes. Our next game starts at around 10 p.m. GMT, I think. Yes,
I think so.
It does. So we will be back in about an hour. So I'll shut down the stream for now, but it will be back in around half an hour. So stay tuned. Have a good one.